Marsala chicken, y'all. You see that? It is so good. It's creamy. Oh my gosh, it is so delicious. So if you want to know how to make it, let's go, I'll show you. Let's make dinner, shall we? Oh my gosh, so it's been a long day. Apparently not just for me, but for my husband as well. And so we're gonna make something super simple. I took a little bit of shortcuts here and there because I wanted to make sure that we got this done, right? So what we're making, chicken marsala. So chicken with a nice creamy mushroom sauce on it, okay? May not be traditional, but it'll be delicious nonetheless. So we're gonna go ahead and mince up some garlic. I said I was doing shortcuts, right? So just bear with me, y'all. Bear with me, because I'm telling you, it's one of those days, right? It's just one of those days where you just want to not be slicing and dicing, especially since I've had a long day teaching culinary and teaching my students pastries. Today was creaming methods. So we made cakes and cookies. They made carrot cake and a tres leche, and they made, what else did they make? They made all these different types of cookies using different creaming methods. And yeah, it was definitely a long day. It was a long day, even though creaming methods, you know, are not that strong, but not that hard, I should say, but there is technique to it. And I wanted to make sure that that they understood the process, right? And what creaming method was and blah, blah, blah. So when I got home, I was like, hey babe, how was your day? And he said, it was a very long day. It was a little bit rough today. And so I'm like, okay. When I hear that, I think comfort, right? I think comfort food, something amazing, rich and creamy. And so that's where chicken marsala comes in. Okay, so I'm just gonna do like 3 or 4 cloves of garlic. I'm gonna do a shallot, okay? And I had some marsala wine left over from my cannolis. So if you haven't seen that video, you need to go back and see that, because that was fun. We made some cannolis, we shared them with some friends. It was really good. Yeah, it was delicious. It was delicious. And then I had some pistachio cream. So I took my pistachio cream and I mixed it with the ricotta, and then I made a pistachio, chopped pistachio on the side. I don't even have my garbage bowl. That's the kind of day I'm having. And so I made a pistachio cream inside and crushed pistachios on the outside. So you have to go see that video. Super fun making cannolis. So I don't know if you ever made cannolis, but it's really not that difficult. It's more about just making sure you're timing things properly. So I hope you really like that video, and let me know if you do, okay? All right, so now all I'm doing is I'm chopping up some shallots. And the reason I'm doing all of this first is because I'm getting my mise en place done, right? I'm getting all of my ingredients ready for when I do the chicken, right? Because I'm going to sear the chicken. Oh, another thing is my husband does not like chicken that much, so it can't be thick chicken, like it has to be thinly cut. So we're gonna be butterflying this chicken breast today, okay? Just because I wanna give him what he wants and not, you know, something he's not gonna like, all right? Okay, so shallots are cut. Ooh, I'm gonna cry. Shallots are, whew. So I keep everything outside of the fridge when it comes to my onions and garlic, right? And usually I chop these things up ahead of time, and then I will freeze them just so I can, you know, have them. So, all right, I'm going to throw this out. Give me a second. I want to clean my area here. Okay, and my my mushrooms, I got them cut, y'all. I got them sliced. Nobody wants to deal with slicing, cutting, dicing, chopping, all the things when you are tired and you just want to have dinner, right? Okay, so hopefully you'll find this recipe fairly easy so that you can get it done. All right, garlic is done, shallots are done, right? I am going to use a different cutting board. I don't like using chicken on wood boards. I try to avoid it, but not always can. Not, you know, I really can't all the time, but I do try to avoid it. All right, these are our chicken breasts. They look, they left some of the cartilage and the bone in. We'll take care of that. Meanwhile, this thing is huge. It says all natural, no antibiotics. Oh, okay. Anywho, so we're gonna take this chicken breast, and all I'm gonna do right now is I'm going to cut them into little fillets, right? Little tiny chicken breast slices. So we're gonna go in here like this. I was gonna butterfly it, but the breast is so big, I'm just gonna fillet them, okay? So we'll go in here, get another slice out of it. See how my hand is flat? Try not to have your hand like this when you're cutting. You know, some people cut into their hand. That is very, very dangerous, okay? So don't do that. Don't do that. Now, I don't mind chicken. I like chicken. So I'm gonna keep that one for me, and these really tiny thin ones will be for hubby, okay? And let me tell you, it really is economical, right? Because when you think about it, a pack of 3 chicken breasts, it's just for me and hubby, and I'm only using 1 breast because it was big enough that I can slice it into both of us having this meal. Give me 1 second, let me wash my hands. We're gonna dredge this chicken, okay? So we're gonna lightly dredge in a little bit of, I got gluten-free flour, but you can use any flour. You can even use cornstarch, okay? But I'm gonna use gluten-free flour, and I'm gonna season it. Let me just push this back for a second. Make sure this is on low. And all I have in here, if you can see that, it is garlic powder, onion powder, thyme, chicken bouillon, and I think that's it. I'm just gonna mix that into the flour because I want some flavor, okay? You don't have to. You can just put salt and pepper on your chicken breast and you'll be fine, okay? But I don't know, I just think it just tastes better if we can actually put it in the flour, right? All right, we're gonna take our chicken, and all we're doing is lightly dredging our chicken, okay? And this is what's gonna help you build that sauce as we go, right? Because when we start to cook our food, we're gonna want a thick sauce, and this helps with that, right? It's almost like building a roux at the bottom of the pot, right? So make sure you get your chicken dredged on both sides. You don't have to worry about doing like an egg wash and all that thing, right? We're just dredging, okay? You can do this with shrimp as well. You can do this with beef, okay? But marsala and chicken work really well together. I forgot to cut that piece off. Hold your horses. I don't want that bone in my chicken because I know that my husband is not going to have the thick piece of chicken. I am. So take that out. They left, what's going on here is that they left the rib of the chicken when they cut the chicken breast. Okay. All good in the hood, right? Okay. Then we take our breast, dredge, 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 right? So you're gonna go a little bit in, flip it, season on both sides. Always season on both sides, okay? A little bit of flour. Push the breast down just to make sure you're getting that to stick. Oh, I know. Some of you are probably watching going, oh my God, she didn't wash her chicken. Y'all, you guys are really convinced that when you put your chicken in vinegar and lemon juice, you're actually cleaning your chicken. You're not. You're just making vinegar chicken. In fact, in any restaurant, they're not gonna have you wash the chicken because that spreads salmonella. So when you start like spraying a bunch of water on it, salmonella everywhere, all over your sink, in the air, everywhere, right? So y'all do you, I'ma do me, okay? I've been doing this for 20 years. I'm good. Okay, so I'm just gonna take a little bit of olive oil, but this is a light olive oil. All right, I'm just gonna put a little bit in the pan. I think I want some butter in here as well, so I'm gonna just use a little bit of butter. And the reason I always mix butter and oil is because I like the flavor of butter, but I want the oil to help it fry, right? So what the oil does is it actually helps the butter not burn, okay? So the pan was already hot, as you can see. And all I'm doing now is I'm putting a little bit of flavors. Okay, we're just putting some flavors up in here, that's all. All right, chicken goes in. And because they're thin, they're not gonna take a long time. At least my husband's pieces are thin, right? So we're gonna put that in and we're gonna let this cook. Let me clear my board. And the best thing is now everything is done, right? All of my aromatics are already cut. My mushroom is already cut. I'm gonna put a little bit of Marsala wine in here, some chicken broth, and all of that great stuff. All right, so I'm gonna turn this up just a little bit. I don't want it to burn, but I do want it to cook about 2/3 of the way, because then we're gonna build our sauce, pop it back in that sauce, fire. I got my pressure cooker here with the rice already ready to go. We're gonna make it a really nice, simple dinner, okay? And for dessert, we're having like a mousse jello, right? So I'm just have this jello with this heavy whipping cream that I'm folding in. That's a simple, quick, fast, and easy dessert. And we're gonna have a really nice night, because if his day is rough, we're gonna end it with a nice night, right? All right, so we'll be right back. I'm gonna flip these in just a moment. And when I come back, we'll build our sauce. So now that we got some color on these, I wanna get a little bit of color, you see that? Okay, I'm gonna flip them. Just for a little bit on each side, okay? That flour that we put, which is gluten-free, is what we decided to use. That flour is going to absorb a lot of the oil that we put in there. Plus, we shouldn't have to put too much more, okay? Because once we put in all of our aromatics, we should be good to go. And the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna saute up the shallots and mushrooms. The garlic we're gonna do the very end, because I don't want burnt garlic. Then we're gonna go ahead and hit it with the marsala and everything else, okay? So it's a simple dinner, y'all, but it's a simple dinner that you guys can kind of throw together. You don't even have to buy the breast the way I did, whole breast like that, but I know I can make more dinners out of that. You can buy them already thin. You could even use chicken tenders if you want, right? But they were there on our beloved HEB, because I love HEB. I love HEB. Every time I go there, I have such a good time. Everybody that I talk to is so friendly. Everybody's always helping me find something. I love HEB. No, they're not sponsoring the video or anything, but I really do love them. They're just happy. I don't know, they're just always happy. All right, so we're just gonna pull these off. Oh, these are looking good, huh? These are looking good. Very nice. Okay, now that's happening, right? So we're gonna go in with our shallots. Let me grab. Okay, so our shallots are in. Getting a little bit, ooh. I wish you guys could smell this. Oh my goodness. This is gonna be good. This is gonna be so good. Okay, shallots in, mushrooms in. My husband loves mushrooms, I love mushrooms, so the more the merrier, right? I'm just using sliced up Bella mushrooms, but you can use button mushrooms, you can use shiitake, use whatever mushroom your heart desires, okay? I just wanted to use these. I like these little portobello mushrooms, these baby bellas. I think they're delicious, so I use them. As you can see in my pan, it's drying out pretty fast, right? Because mushrooms, they do have liquid in them, but they absorb a lot too. So we are going to see how this goes. I'm gonna turn this down just a little bit. We're gonna cook these down a little bit, and then we're gonna add our garlic, okay? I'll put a little bit of more oil in there just to help them out, because they are very dry, okay? All right, keep your area clean, y'all. Keep your area clean, okay? As clean as you can. Okay. Yes, okay. Looks pretty decent. All right. Saute, saute. Okay, turn down the heat a little bit so that they can sweat out a little bit instead of like hard frying, okay? I want them to sweat out a lot of their liquids so that we can put in the garlic and all the other things. There's nothing like good food, and there's nothing like you making it, right? It's just something special. Which reminds me, if you are in the Austin, Round Rock, Cedar Park, Hutto type area here in Texas, I am doing a 12-week From Zero to Chef cooking course where you will learn everything that I teach in culinary class, from knife cuts to stocks to pasta doughs. We have master the mother sauces. We have everything going on, pastries, the whole thing, right? So if you are interested in that, make sure that you check out NeenaPerez.com, go to programs, and everything is there for you to see what we are doing, all that we are making. And the reason is because I want to empower you. I want to empower women. It's only for women. I want to empower women in the kitchen. I want you to feel empowered in your own kitchen. I want you to do the things that you love to do. And maybe you've always thought about it, or maybe you just want to learn how to cook. Maybe you thought about going to culinary school, but just haven't been able to. That's what we're doing here starting June 6th. It starts at 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. It's for a very small group of women. I'm only going to take about 10 to 12 women because it's here in my home where we're going to be cooking together and doing all of these masterpieces together. And at the end of the 12 weeks, you're going to be able to invite a family member or something so that we can go and sit down and enjoy a meal that you guys have created. I cannot freaking wait. So again, Neena Perez, Neena Perez.com. Make sure you go to programs. All the information is there for you. I cannot wait to have you in my kitchen. I can't wait. All right, so that is a side tangent. We're gonna go ahead and finish cooking these. See how they're getting now? They're getting like this beautiful, soft, caramelized looking color. Perfect. Now I'm gonna put in my garlic. Okay, so we did, I think we did three cloves. So one of them was massive. So that's what I'm thinking it's like more like 4 cloves if you're just buying regular garlic. This was a regular garlic, but I had one like big elephant looking garlic, right? Okay, so garlic is in. You always try to put the garlic in towards the end if you really want to preserve that garlic flavor. And this dish does have 4 cloves of garlic, right? So it's going to have a lot of that garlic flavor, and also to keep it from burning. Now, one thing that happens a lot, even in my classes in culinary, is that they'll throw everything in and they think it all cooks at the same time, and it absolutely does not. And so garlic burns pretty quickly. And especially if it's, sliced thin or it's minced, it will go quickly. And then what happens, it burns. If it burns, it will go through your entire dish. I mean, I hate to say it, but you're gonna have to start over because burnt garlic taste, you can't take it out. You just can't take it out. It is in everything. So just make sure that you don't burn your garlic, okay? Now, right now I'm using a cast iron. You can do this in a saute pan, nonstick, it doesn't matter, right? The only thing is in a nonstick, you might not get all that beautiful fond that we had on the bottom. And what I like about cast irons is that the heat is throughout the sides and the bottom, right? And so it's beautiful for cooking. I love it. Okay, so as you can tell, I hope you can see it, it's getting very thick, right? And what's happening is that we had the flour in there, and so the flour is adhering to all of the shallots and the mushrooms, and so it's almost creating a sauce already. Do you see that? See that? Okay. And then we put butter, so we put in a fat, right? We put oil, and that actually helped almost make like a fake roux, if you will, or a roux for the base of this, right? Okay, great. So now we got all that going on. Smells phenomenal, and we're gonna cook these mushrooms down just about, I'm gonna say like 3 more minutes, and then we're gonna go ahead and throw in our Marsala wine, and we're gonna let that come down to by half. And after that comes down by half, we're gonna go ahead and put in our chicken broth, and we will go from there, okay? So we're almost done with this sauce. My husband is about to have his meal, and hopefully if you're following along, you're gonna have yours. Please comment below and let me know if you would add something different. What would you do? Like, how would you recreate this? Or did you like the recipe? you didn't like the recipe. Why didn't you like it, right? I always am growing and expanding and learning. That is how I keep living my whole life. I hope I'm learning until I'm in my deathbed. I really do, right? I always want to learn. So, all right, that's looking pretty fire. Okay, that's looking pretty good. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and put in our Marsala wine. I am just gonna cook this out a little bit. Now the reason I'm cooking this out, and you don't have to, some people will go ahead and throw in the chicken broth and everything all together, and that works, but then I feel like I taste too much wine. I don't drink, so I don't want that taste. I want the Marsala. This is a dry Marsala, right? So it's a Marsala that goes great with, it's like a dessert wine, but this one's a dry one, so it actually works really well with chicken. So I did it for the cannolis as well, right? The cannoli shells, which has Marsala wine. So I'm gonna cook all of this alcohol out. I don't want that flavor. I want the flavor of the Marsala, not the alcohol, okay? So we're gonna cook this out for about 3 to 4 minutes. Let's let this cook out, and then we're gonna go ahead and move on to our next step. So I'll be right back. I'm pretty sure you can see this on camera. I hope you can. You see how thick it got? If it doesn't get thick like this, sprinkle a little bit of that flour that you had left over. Just a tiny bit, go like this. Sprinkle on top and then cook it out, okay? And that'll make you a little roux in case that's what you want, okay? But this is thick enough. Look at that, beautiful. Okay, so we're gonna go with our chicken broth. Now, all I did was a chicken bouillon. I'm telling you, when I tell you I want a quick meal where I want to just get it done, I'm not pulling out all of the, let me make my own stock and broth. Now, I've done that, love it, but I don't have any, and I wasn't about to go and buy bones and the whole thing. I'm not doing it. All right, so chicken bouillon it is. We're shortcutting it. We're just shortcutting it. Okay, all right, so we're gonna stir this in. And all I want to do at this point is I'm going to pop my chicken back in. Okay, I actually do want to flavor, or taste this, I should say, and see where we're at. Girl, so good. Okay, all right, so chicken goes in. Don't do that, don't splatter. Okay, we're gonna now let this cook down for a little longer. Okay, maybe another 3 to 4 minutes, our chicken should be completely ready. Okay, because I cooked it 3/4 of the way. So now all I'm doing is finishing the cooking, okay? So we're gonna finish the cooking. We are gonna clean up here. Towards the end, we're gonna drop in a couple of pats of butter and some cream, call it a day. And this beautiful sauce is gonna go right over our white rice, because I literally just made white rice. You can make pasta, orzo is another type of pasta you can make. It doesn't really matter. You can just do a nice sourdough underneath and just let that suck up all the juices. But I'm gonna be making rice today, okay? So I'm gonna let this cook down, get bubbly and beautiful. Then we're gonna come back in, finish it off with our butter to make it creamy, put a little bit of heavy cream if we need to, and we are done, okay? So give me like 3 to 4 minutes and we'll be right back. Okay, so it's been about 4 minutes. Look at that. Trust the process, y'all. Look how thick that sauce is. Do you see that? Okay, turn it off. 2 pats of butter that we're just mixing in for richness, because we need it. We're gonna mix that in and make that super rich. And I don't even think we're gonna need that cream, y'all. I don't think we're gonna need the cream. Doesn't look like it. Look at that. Nope. Skipping the cream. Not needed. Not needed. So creamy. So beautiful. Look at that. Do you see that? Do you see that? So all we're doing to serve this beauty is we are taking a nice bowl of rice, and it's just white rice. Nothing fancy schmancy in here, okay? Just white rice, that's it, with a little bit of olive oil. And I didn't even put salt because I know that the marsala has enough flavor and I didn't want to give us extra sodium if we didn't need it, right? So, rice. My husband loves rice. So here it goes. Bowl of white rice. Beautiful, okay. Now, we're gonna take one of these thinner chicken breasts. If he wants more chicken, I will definitely give it to him, but he is not a huge chicken fan. Look at that. Delicious. Okay, we're gonna wipe it down. Just because hubby, uh-oh. Motion detected at front door, y'all. I told you guys that somebody was at the door, and it's Dominique, beautiful Dominique, and I'm making her try it on camera. She was not expecting this. But do you want to hold one or half or whole?
I'll do half.
You do half, okay. All right, so let's do this one because I know I'm forcing her to eat. That's all right, y'all.
So it's so forced. I can't wait to try it.
This is a creamy chicken marsala.
Yummy.
Please try and let the people know. Let the people know. Listen, they need to believe me when I say I could cook up in here, you know?
Yes.
Okay. It's hot, but go for it.
That's really good. Mushrooms are like my favorite thing. Yeah, they hit the spot.
Oh my gosh, that's right. You like mushrooms. You don't like olives. Right. Okay. Okay. Good. I'm glad I didn't force you to eat something with olives.
Like,
Can you turn off the camera? All right, guys. So this is going to be dinner tonight for everybody. It's a simple, fast meal. We did it in like, I don't know, 20 minutes or so. All right. So this, go ahead. Tell them. Put it out there for them.
12 out of 10.
I hope you guys enjoy this beautiful, creamy, and we didn't even have to do the heavy cream, y'all, okay? So creamy mushroom sauce right on top with that marsala wine. If you don't want to do marsala wine, you don't have to. You can use white cooking wine, whatever you like. But this is for dinner tonight, so enjoy, y'all. I love you so much. Remember to go ahead and go look at the cooking class. Starts June 6th. It's going to run for 12 weeks for women only, okay? It's going to be on Saturdays right here in my house. So if you're in the Austin, Round Rock, Cedar Park area, you need to come to that, all right? From zero to chef. All right, y'all, see you later. Purpose-Filled Kitchen. Love you.